Hey, Texas country fans, welcome to the Texas Toast Tap Room, where we talk every single Friday about new music releases, upcoming concerts, and other exciting country music news. I'm your host, Miss Helen, of course, joined by producer Kyle. So kick back, relax, turn it up as we cheer to the best from Texas. Hello, Kyle.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Hanging in there? What's the weather like down there? I see you've got the
It's like
blinds
spring.
closed.
It's like springtime. Yeah, because the sun's out, so I'll be backlit. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's absolutely picture perfect. It's like a
Wow.
spring day. Fishing is good. Tides and currents are good. Next 2 days should be good fishing, and I'm thinking offshore next week. So,
Oh, dang.
ooh, getting
See,
back to normal a little
God,
bit.
that's crazy. That makes it feel like it's so much later in the year already. Like I looked up and realized January is almost over, but that sounds more like March, spring
Yeah, I
break
think
time.
I know that's why I'm just soaking this in and just going outside and just breathing in because it's like kind of reminds me like Easterish a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's nice. Yeah, January, please go
Wow.
away. January and February just like grind on me, but it's almost to the end of January.
Yeah, we're getting there. And speaking of that, week four, it's a big week four. And, last week we had some already, at least in my opinion, we had some like song of the year, one in particular song of the year contender, and four more like crazy heavy hitters this week. So you want to get things started and talk about some music?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I can never neglect Mike Ryan when he has the radio release out because
Oh,
I am
yeah.
like super fan of Mike Ryan. I'm just putting it out there. I just love the whole theme and message behind this new Mike Ryan radio release. It's called Way It Goes, which by the way, it went out just maybe last week or a week and a half ago to radio. I mean, he is zooming up the charts, no doubt. When you take a listen to it, you're going to absolutely love it. And basically, it's kind of a goodbye song, kind of like how he always puts twists on his songs, like
Mhm.
Loser and like Jacket On. Well, this one, it's like you just don't see the goodbye coming. You don't see the breakup and the move out until get ready for it. I'm going to give you some of the lyrics to the what happens with the big goodbye and move out. U-Haul truck, foot down, finger up, dust flying with Born to with Born to Run on the radio. That's some attitude there. I just
Yeah.
love the song. I love the beat of it. There's another line in the song that'll give you another kind of detail of the song. Tail lights on a one-way road, burning out of there in that U-Haul truck.
Oh,
Finger,
yeah.
I can't stop. I mean, like I listen to it over and over. Great beat, really upbeat, and it's just catchy like all of Mike Ryan songs. And so now we have got another amazing song, and we're going to open the tap room door for this one. Kylie Frey's Miss Thing. I don't even think I need to say anything after everyone listening to that song, Kylie Frey's Miss Thing, out to radio. Interestingly enough, this song was written in 2020 and it's become a fan favorite at her show. So thank goodness, like she went in and recorded it. But I was looking, you're going to love this. She, of course, co wrote with Brent Cobb and Adam Hood on this particular
On
song.
that song? Wow, that's so cool.
Yes, yes.
Man.
And I love the part about the bacon. If you missed out on the bacon, like if basically if you haven't made it to get your bacon, then heat your own grease. But yeah,
Mm.
great one from Kylie. And she's of course on the road touring with Randall King right now in the Into the Neon tour. And a lot of great things happening for her. I've seen where she's getting a lot of um name recognition and a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word that I'm looking for, but I can't find it.
Hmm. I had to point out before we move on from the Kylie thing, that song just timed out perfectly. And she's had a bit of a couple, or maybe you could call it a couple road bumps lately. She went on The Voice, did that whole thing.
Hmm.
Or forgive me, maybe it was American Idol. I can't remember. Those all kind of blend together in my
One
head.
of
But
the
she
yeah.
was she was climbing, doing
I
good, and then
No, it was America's Got Talent, I think.
oh, AGT, that's
Yeah,
right. But then
that is
anyways,
it,
and
yeah.
she didn't make it past a certain round, and I saw like what seemed like a lot of backlash online, and I imagine that's probably pretty similar. We saw something similar with Jordan Rayner, on her journey with that show, and yeah, I just love that Kylie's just kicking it out the gates this year with this song, with that energy, attitude,
Mhm.
like you said. That song also has got some crazy guitar solos and fiddle stuff going on.
Ooh,
So
doesn't it?
yeah,
Yes.
just barn burner. Loved it.
Mhm.
And we'll keep the tap room going. And let's just jump into it. Jake Bush, Good Time Machine. I think this is possibly Hot take, my favorite Jake Bush song to date. How'd you
Man,
feel
oh
about it?
man, did he do some stuff on that? I mean, it
Yeah.
like took me back, brought back so many memories, and it just makes you appreciate the simple things. But just that pocket full of change can take you back to the glory days of country
Yep.
music and how he name drops starts. He talks about Seminole Wind and Reba and Jackson and Brooks and Dunn and just the whole vibe of the song. I'm I'm so totally impressed.
Yep, you took my words away. I literally had, the references, the plays on words, his ability to pull you into a moment through lyrics, I think is kind of uncomparable to anybody else in this Texas scene right now. I literally wrote down two of the same quotes that you just mentioned already, but Seminole wind blows in with a hint of Stetson and Marlboro smoke.
Oh
It's like
oh
gives me chills.
man.
Like I've never even experienced anything like that, but I feel like I'm in the middle of like
See,
a 90s country bar in Oklahoma City. Like, what? It's just awesome.
yes, and just like what I talked about with,
Yeah.
Dusty Mote's song the other day, and it took me back, and again, the Rocky Mountain Jeans and Ropers. I keep bringing that up,
Oh,
but the
yeah,
Ropers are
yeah,
back. So,
yeah.
that you gotta wardrobe it also
Yep.
with the time.
Hmm.
I know people are like, "Okay, Miss Helen, we're so past that." We'll see. Everything comes back.
Yeah, it all goes in cycles. Kind of like this next tune we're going to talk about. Speaking of cycles, throwback classic, Tracy Lawrence, Rodney Carrington, and our buddy David Adam Byrnes just dropped a new one. It's Kick a Little. It's a Little Texas cover throwback. Super fun, super awesome to see David Adam Byrnes on something like that. I thought it was kind of interesting that they pulled in Rodney Carrington for that one, kind of all people, but it worked.
Okay,
You,
so yeah, well, Rodney Carrington is a fellow Texan, and he's been around in the Texas country scene for a while, but he can also sing.
yeah,
So
I was
yeah,
surprised because of his discography is kind of different from that.
yeah,
But
and Kick a Little, I mean, that's just such a song that was always such a staple song for so many, including me, not only personally but on the radio as well. You
yeah.
want to really get going, and I think I got stopped one time jamming Kick a Little.
Yeah,
I
well,
was
we'll
driving too fast. I
we'll
did get
come back
stopped.
to the Little Texas thing because that's something I want to talk about today. But before we jump into all that, we'll talk about our friends at More Than Music Creations. If you head over to morethanmusicCreations.com, you can look through all the different collections that they have. But just a little backstory on them: they're a company created and founded by two individuals that are heavily involved in the Texas country scene, specifically the drummer for Pat Green and his wife. Lovely people. We love them. We appreciate them for supporting the show,
Hmm.
and everything that they're doing is in the name of a good cause to support Texas, to uplift artists, and also to support kids in the foster system. So go check them out. It looks like Helen's got something to say.
I do. I had to add something that I thought was so cool because I am like 150% Czech, like both sides. I'm a Czech girl. And did you see the Jade Marie Patek Czech piece of
Oh
jewelry? Because
no.
they have the Jade Marie Patek line,
Hmm.
and it was named Czech something, and I was like, gotta get that. That's my
Yeah.
stuff. That's yeah.
And
Anyway,
her,
so
I haven't
just
seen that one.
had
All
to
her
bring that
stuff
up.
is so cool.
And but they're always coming up with Michaela is always coming up with new
New
designs. But
stuff.
when
Yep.
she brought out the Czech one, I was like, got me right there again.
I was reading the other day that it takes at least $1 million to break an artist. That's a ton of change, and it can feel overwhelming. But with social media leveling the playing field, you just need an effective strategy to release your music. Check out Release Rocket to ensure your single does not die after release day. You've already put time, effort, and tons of money into writing and recording your album. Let the guys at Release Rocket keep your new release alive.
Taking it back to the Little Texas thing, what's going on? Why is everybody covering Little Texas? What am I missing? Is it like 25 years or
Because
something?
remember, it's the anniversary. Is it 30 years or 25 years? I
I
was
don't know.
trying to remember. I was trying to look that up because Eli Young Band and they had
Yeah.
somebody else with them with Amy's back in Austin. And I'm going
Yep.
to tell you, there was a time where Amy's back in Austin was probably one of my most requested songs on the radio.
Oh,
Back in the
that
day where
was.
people would call the radio station and request a song, and it's like there was something about that song. If you went out to the dance hall, you went out dancing, you're going to be dancing to Amy, a lot of Little Texas, but Amy's back in Austin.
Oh yeah.
There's just something about that song that's always drawn me in and everyone else. So I know Eli Young Band covered that, and it's
And back
just
in the summer, there was the other one too, right? Did we have like Randy and
God
Josh
bless
and Kevin?
Texas.
Yeah, God bless Texas.
Yes.
Yep. And
So
now
it's
this
an
one.
exciting project. That's good stuff. I love it. Tying right in with all the stuff going on in the Texas country music scene.
Yeah. And speaking of, I just mentioned Josh Abbott. He just dropped a brand new record full length today to streaming. It's called Somewhere Down the Road. I got to check it out. It's outstanding. The intro and the first track are just like so cool. It's
That
kind of like this ambient,
that
like
yes, that
crazy vibe.
I listened through because life is complete now that there's a new Josh Abbott band album out. I mean, I just people, you have no idea how much I love and adore them, and their music
Yeah.
has just brought so many good memories and good times to so many of us. And their shows are amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's sustained such a career. It's like outstanding. And they just got off the road with Panhandler stuff. And now he's dropping a brand new full length record, like within a couple days of that, probably back on the road already every weekend. So he's a top dog for a reason, and the record's awesome. You got to go check it out. I also did want to mention a bunch of our friends have new music out today as well. Drew Fish dropped a new song. Zach McKinn of Dolly Shine just dropped a new one. Carson Jeffrey and Jesse Rubb Jr. all have new songs out to streaming. So go check all that good stuff out.
Yeah, I'm still sitting on the front porch.
Well, he's got a new one
I
for
love
you.
that song. That's good. But yeah, I just love this discussion to think about. We're sitting here talking about a new Josh Abbott band album and then the whole Little Texas project. It's like, God, good music times.
Yep. It seems like things have turned. I mean, not that last year was bad by any means, but it seems like things are just getting cooler and cooler and a little more nostalgic and a little bit more unique all at the same time. And it's just kind of like it's almost like what do you call that whenever saltwater meets freshwater? You know, estuary?
Yeah, it's called no, it's called brackish water.
Brackish. Okay, well, Texas country is brackish music.
I love
It's all.
it. I love it. And it ties in with fishing.
It's
Go Kyle.
hilarious. Good Lord.
That's
But
what
no, it's just
yes.
mixing all the time. And I love it. And that's what makes us so unique and kind of like allows everybody to stand out in their own right and also work together and collaborate like we're always talking about. So very cool stuff.
Yeah, collaborate. There's something
Um,
about that word that just bothers me.
oh, it's all good. No worries. What else? Oh, our show, March 16th. If you guys haven't checked it out already, I'm going to be playing. Helen's probably going to be up there telling some jokes. Maybe I'll give her a couple minutes for to do like a little stand-up set.
Oh gosh, that would be so fun.
That would be real funny. And then our friends Paige Lewis and Charlie McCabe are going to be there, and we're definitely going to have some other guests too, kind of making appearances, jumping up on stage, playing some tunes, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. The venue is Do-Si-Do Breakfast Whiskey, whatever they call it, and it's a pretty small place. Like it's a very cool intimate venue. It's going to be a great show, but it's fairly small, so I'm urging you guys, if you're listening, go grab your tickets. The link is on our website. You can go to dosidotickets.com and find it. You can go to my website, kylegarrettmusic.com. The button is right there. It takes you right to the page. Tickets also get more expensive at the door, so if you buy them in advance, then you avoid the risk of it selling out and you not getting in, and you also save a couple bucks. So
Yes. So
don't
mark
miss that
it down
one.
for March 16th, and I'm bringing party favors.
Party favors. Oh,
I've been shopping for them. I told you I love to plan a good party.
Yeah, that's something to look forward to.
We also need to mention, we were talking about this the other day, and I've gotten so many nice text messages of actual, well, won't go into that, but Texas Country Music Industry Awards will be coming up. Is it May 9th? And we once again are back-to-back finalists for Podcast of the Year. So our Texas Country Music Association family members out there listening, if you feel led, give us a vote. We would love it.
Please, please, please. Yeah, that'd mean the world. It would be real great to walk home with that trophy this year. We've been grinding it out for a long time, and the other people that are involved in the category have as well. I see Texas music reviews all over the place. I'm seeing Jeff Canada's show all over the place, and just just like the music, there's so much cool stuff going on this side of things as well. So honored to be a part of that, and proud of us for all the accomplishments we've had that have gotten us to this place.
And then also Kyle's Videographer of the Year finalist. So give him a vote also. But
please.
speaking of that industry award, and of course I'm obsessed. I love Kyle Hutton, loved his music, played him on the radio. Okay, so the other night I'm sitting back and I'm minding my own business, and my brother Chris, my fishing buddy, he sends me this picture. I'm like, what the heck is this? That's Kyle Hutton. And then it's him and Corliss.
Oh, wow.
What is this? Anyway, I love when I get those pictures from my friends sometimes, but they were having a real life, real music event with Kyle Hutton and Corey Morrow, and Chris was there. Corliss was there. It was kind of a Maverick College Station thing, and he lives in the area. So, man, I miss those faces. I miss not seeing, how we see each other only a few times a year, especially Corliss.
Right.
And it's like, anyway, she looked gorgeous, but I was like, Man, y'all ain't right. That's just not right.
Hey, they're out there having fun. There's too much to keep up with, but that's kind of something that we're working on shifting gears to. We've mentioned shifting gears a bit, and we're hoping to bring um, all I'll say right now is we're hoping to bring a resource to you guys that'll help make it way easier to stay on top of all the happenings in Texas country and things like that. So look forward to that. Otherwise, if you're enjoying what we're doing, just give us a 5-star review on Apple Music or Spotify. You can type some nice words in there if you've got the time. Like literally pause the podcast right now if you're listening and just scroll down and hit that 5-star. It goes so far. It helps us get bigger guests. It helps us get in front of more people. It helps us put on cooler events and parties in the future. And it just takes just a matter of a few seconds. So if you're a Texas Toast fan, new or old, show us some love. Just, tell a friend, do all the good things.
Yeah, help us grow some more.
Yep, we're always here. You can count on us. Every Friday we're in the tap room, and every Tuesday we're talking to awesome guests like this previous week. My record producer, Tim Lightyear, who is also a outstanding songwriter, record producer, and many, many other things. He was on the podcast, and we talked about releasing music, writing music, recording music, the whole kind of process, and then everything that he's up to. And then this coming week, we've got an awesome episode. You want to tell them all about that one?
Oh man, I can tell you what, we could have went on and on. I think we're going to make that a regular thing. Sam doesn't know. Sam's probably he does listen to the podcast. So Sam, I'm just telling you right. Well, we did kind of talk about it, making it and picking a topic, but it was basically we haven't done a bottoms up episode in quite a while where we dig into a specific topic in the industry. And so we talk about booking with Sam, and he's just so he's just so down to earth. He's just so personable. He's just so honest with what he says and so spot on. So trust me, you young artists that listen to the podcast, up and comers, or even if you're seasoned, I mean, everybody knows Sam and the great work that he does. You really want to tune into that because you're going to get schooled.
Absolutely. Get schooled in a good way. That's funny. Wow. You said get schooled, and I thought of that as like a negative thing, but we should all want to get schooled.
I mean, it's a workshop. Take notes.
No, absolutely. And we just go back and forth. All of us are kind of giving input, asking questions, and it was such a great conversation. But yeah, he just has so much. He's a crazy wealth of knowledge.
Yes, a wealth of knowledge. So is get schooled a bad thing? Maybe I shouldn't say that.
No. I guess I don't know. I was thinking this is dorky, but I was thinking basketball. I'm gonna school you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who I am anymore. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here before I say something crazy.
Sometimes we talk about with fishing, when I have really, really good days, they're like, there goes Helen putting on a clinic over there.
Yep.
So we put on a clinic basically about booking.
And many, many other things. But yeah, Sam's the man. He's become a good friend of mine and the show. He's married to Autumn Ragland, of course, and kind of helps her run that whole ship along with booking and managing for a plethora of other artists, including another good friend of our show, Jarrett Ray Reddick. So awesome interview. I'm so excited for that one to come out. We've got a bunch of other stuff, including actually a couple more bottoms up episodes in the pipe. So stay tuned for those.
Yes, we want to work more on that because I do believe in now being serious. I mean, I know I made the thing about school, but education is so important. And any tips, because we have access to so many people in the industry that can pass on such good information to listeners and followers of the podcast. That's a huge goal for us.
Absolutely. I think that's a great note to wrap. What do you think?
I think we're good. I did have some stuff to talk about, but obviously I didn't need to.
All good.
I'll make it up next week.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We'll see you next week. Cheers.